a little rusty at the moment. Just kind of been dealing with some technical issues. And everything seems to be going just fine at the moment. And those of you just joining us, it's 5-2, 17:40 left to play here in the first half. This is the non-conference game against Meridian Eagles. Blake Butler fadeaway jumper is no good, and he tried to pick it up before it landed on the baseline, but they'll say he's out of bounds as he gained possession of it. East Mississippi has been able to get some steals early. EMCC in the all gray tonight with lines on the chest, and Meridian in the all green with the eagle on the chest. EMCC has red numbers. MCC has white. There's Ellington. Ellington throws it away. It'll be East Mississippi ball. Just trying to get Patterson, and Patterson couldn't handle the pass and turns it over. So very solid Meridian squad coming in tonight. They come into this one 8-1. EMCC nationally ranked, still at 23. Ja'Cory Smith lines up another long three. He got that one to go. Ran it up, put 3 more on the board for Ja'Cory Smith. And he's hot. He's got all 8 for EMCC here early. There's Kirkwood. Kirkwood back to Patterson. Patterson gets stolen away by Ja'Cory Smith. There's a 2-on-1. Wow, Blake Butler, he finishes at the rim. Note of this EMCC squad able to start hot early. Let's see if they can continue. Patterson gets it across half court. Calls of great defense from Butler and Kevin Henry. Feeding the post down low. Here's Hughes. Hughes goes up, gets it to go. Nice shot. 10-4, EMCC still leads. Butler swings to Nick Walker. Walker hands to Kevin Henry. Surveying, 20 seconds to shoot. Here's Pittman, who's checked in early. Pittman comes hard off the screen. Outside, corner 3 for Blake Butler, and that one's no good. Rebound comes down to Patterson. Patterson jogs it up the floor. It's good to have a healthy Ja'Cory Smith on the floor tonight for the Lions. As you can tell, he hasn't missed yet. Roberts in the corner, and no offensive foul or anything. This finished dunk by Ellington is missed. It'll be a fresh 20 on the clock for Meridian. Nick Walker fighting against Ellington down low. There's Kirkwood trying to work. There's great defense from Tremont Pittman. Coming down with the rebounds, Ja'Cory Smith. Up ahead to Kevin Henry. Henry thought about driving. Now pulls it back out. Cross pass. Blake Butler. He's going to line up a 3. That one is no good. And they'll call a late whistle on Ja'Cory Smith. As he'll take a break and have a seat. Flop warning is given to Nick Walker. But Brandon Darravine is checked in for EMCC. Kirkwood hands back to Patterson. Patterson gives over to Roberts. Roberts back to Patterson. EMCC in the man-to-man. Tremont Pittman guarding heavily on Patterson. Patterson still looking for some space. He goes into the lane, floats one up too long, no good. Rebound, Tremont Pittman, it comes down to, and a foul call right there on Patterson. I wonder if they were going to give Pittman that one, because it was right on the sideline. He was losing his balance going out of bounds on the sideline, but nonetheless, it's the MCC ball. First foul on Patterson. Here's Nick Walker. Walker hands to Blake Butler. Butler comes hard. He goes up. Shot's good. EMCC off to a 12-4 lead here early. Meridian breaks the press that time. Ellington trying to work on Nick Walker down low. Probably going to be a physical game down there, whoever's guarding Ellington. Here's Roberts. He pulls up, elbow, shot's good, nice shot. Butler will bring it up the floor. Butler loses the handle and it's stolen away. Here comes Roberts. Roberts going really fast. Roberts hangs, slams it in. Akeem Roberts goes coast to coast, and there wasn't no question about that. My goodness. Walker traveled. Turns it back over. Meridian regaining the momentum here. This has kind of been the status quo of EMCC this year, as Tank Jones will check in for Nick Walker. Start off really hot, gain the momentum early, and then after about 6 or 7 minutes into the first half, it's just a dogfight the rest of the way out. Ellington trying to work on Brendan Deravine now. Here's Roberts. Roberts looking to feed Kirkland down low. Kirkwood faces, goes up, there's some contact, got it to go, count the basket. Akeem Kirkwood makes that one, so it's sent to the line to try to finish out a three-point play. Trying to bring his team back within one. Akeem Roberts running the mouth a little bit tonight. Looks at our bench after that. The free throw is no good. Rebound, Blake Butler. It landed right in the hands of Hughes, but he couldn't hang on to it. Pittman swings to Deravine. Deravine tried to feed Tank Jones down low, but Patterson got there really fast. Deravine looked like he's seen it kind of late. Still trying to get Deravine back in the swing of things. Coming off a lower back injury. But good to see him getting more and more minutes as we go. They abort it to Deravine. Deravine, it traveled, absolutely. Yep. Coach Billy looks at him and says, yes, you did travel. Kevin Henry checks out. Danny Washington comes in. If you look at the roster, Meridian sizes up very, very well against East Mississippi. Meridian's got a 6'3" man on the floor, and Hughes stands at 6'6". Roberts just 6'1", but we've seen that he can jump out the gym. And Brendan Ellington, who's 200 pounds and 6'8" from St. Louis, Missouri. Very, very solid player. Cross-court pass. Roberts. Back to Patterson, back to Kirkwood. Kirkwood, back to Patterson. Patterson with 4 seconds to shoot. He goes into the lane, hands off to Hughes, and it's blocked, and it looks like it's going to be on the baseline. I think they'll have 1 second. 1 second on the shot clock. We'll see number 3 check in for Meridian, Chris Terrell, and Patterson has a seat. Great defense there by EMCC. Meridian probably looking for a lob of some sort. There's the tip, and got it to go. Unfortunate sequence there for EMCC. They played lights out defense, had 1 second on the shot clock, and it was knocked out of bounds. It was last touch by EMCC after the multiple persons blocked shot. In the corner, here's Pittman. EMCC will try to answer. It's tied at 12. Pittman has it knocked away by Ellington. Ellington, 6'8". Corey looks like he's about to check back in. EMCC will inbound underneath their own basket. In, Deravine. He's going to drive. He hangs, goes up, no foul called. It's going to be last touch by Ellington and stay with the Lions. 6 seconds to shoot. Washington surveying, goes out to Deravine. Deravine, he's going to pick up and drive again. He goes up, it's blocked again by Ellington. Gets his own rebound. That shot's good. Great job by Brandon Deravine, staying with it the whole way through. Here's Kirkwood. Meridian trying to break this press. Back over to Terrell. Terrell, bounce pass is almost stolen. Here's Roberts. Roberts back to Terrell. Terrell swings it to Kirkwood. Here's Terrell surveying the floor. Roberts back to Terrell. Surveying, 5 seconds. Terrell trying to create some space. Goes into the lane. Roberts going to shoot, and it's no good. Way off the mark. A wonderful defense. Shot clock violation of the EMCC ball. Possession EMCC. Terrific defense there by the Lions. They have a 2-point lead and try to extend it here. So Ja'Cory Smith will actually have a seat. See, it stood up looking to be checked in. Washington has it tipped away. Here's Blake Butler. Butler is going to drive into the lane. Great job, got his man in the air. Pittman, Washington. Washington fakes the pass, goes into the lane. Nice find down low with Tank Jones. Nice job by Octavius Jones. And an even better look there from Danny Washington. Right at 10 seconds. They barely get it past half court. Here's Terrell. Back to Kirkwood. Kirkwood to Terrell. This zone look for MCC is looking nice. Roberts for 3. Good. Got it to go. Wow. That cuts it 16-15, just a 1-point lead for the Lions. We're going fast through the first half. We're already halfway through the first half with 10 minutes on the dot to play. Here's Butler. Butler surveying. Back to Washington. Washington in the corner to Pittman. Pittman finds Darvine down low. He picks up outside. Butler's going to line up a 3. That one's no good. Rebound is tipped in by Brandon Darvine. Outstanding job by Brandon Darvine, and he gives his team a 3-point lead. Here's Terrell. Terrell, it's stolen by Tank Jones. Kirkwood couldn't handle the pass. Hands off to Washington. Washington finds a cutting Pittman, and it's blocked, but Tank Jones stays with it through some contact and back-to-back buckets by Tank Jones. Has got EMCC back up by 5. Under 10 to play. Here's Kirkwood. Back outside to Terrell. Terrell surveying the floor, trying to feed their big man down low of Ellington. Tank Jones just did a nice job down there. There's Terrell, top of the key. He pump fakes, 2 seconds. Outside, Roberts lets it go at the shot clock, way off the mark. And another shot clock violation for this Meridian squad. Tank Jones will check out, so will Blake Butler. And Ja'Cory Smith and Kevin Henry check in. Outstanding minutes from Tank Jones. Hughes will check out for Meridian. The new guy in for him will be number 20, Harper, the freshman from Brandon, Mississippi. Here's Washington. Washington goes fast. Goes down the center of the lane. Floater is blocked by Ellington. Washington's going to have a hard time of getting some of the buckets he gets early. Here's Terrell. Terrell outside to Roberts. Main source of offense has been coming through Roberts. They've went down low to Ellington a few times. Terrell outside to Roberts. Roberts to Kirkwood. And this zone defense look has been nice. Ellington goes up, and it was great defense from Ja'Cory Smith. He knocked it out of his hands as he faced him, and he couldn't regain that. Ja'Cory Smith lines up a top of the key 3. That one's good. Ring it up, put 3 more aboard for Ja'Cory Smith. He might have a night tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He's got 11 with a lot of basketball to play. Finally feeding Ellington down low. Terrell pump fakes out to Kirkwood. Kirkwood fakes the shot, now pulls it back out. Outstanding defense for MCC. Here's Terrell. He's going to drive, goes up and under. No good. Here's Kevin Henry. Henry hands off to Washington. Washington back to Henry. Henry's going to let a 3 go. That one's short. And he definitely hit his hand. Kevin Henry was looking for a foul. No whistle blows. And Meridian coming the other way. Cross court to Kirkwood. Kirkwood thought about it. Swings down low. It's blocked by Washington, but a foul called. And to the line for a pair of free throws will go Denarius Harper. Rattles in and out, no good. The first one. Darvine will check out. We'll see Nick Walker and also Elijah Newsom check in. And Danny Washington check out. So the 5 on the floor will be Kevin Henry, Elijah Newsom, Tremont Pittman, Ja'Cory Smith, and Nick Walker. Second one good, though, from Harper. And it's 23-16. Meridian showing some pressure. Elijah Newsom hands to Kevin Henry. Henry dribbles out of it, and Elijah Newsom can't handle a pass. It's stolen by Terrell. Terrell up ahead to Roberts. Roberts finishes. Went through some contact. And that was a very nice. Meridian showing their own pressure. Here's Pittman. Pittman. Cross court to Kevin Henry. Henry in the corner. Nick Walker. Walker traveled. Coach calls for 55, trying to get into a press look. Hakeem Roberts. To number 2, who's checked in, is Kelly. Here's Harper. Harper outside to Kelly. Kelly surveying. They're trying to feed Ellington. Roberts to Terrell. Terrell for 3. That one's no good. Rebound. Nick Walker goes over everybody and gets the board. Tremont Pittman coming fast. Outside Nick Walker. Walker, Ja'Cory Smith. Smith pump fakes. Pulls it back out. Now Pittman thinks about one. He slows it down. Coach Billy calling for the offense. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Just north of 6 minutes to play. Pittman thought about it. Ja'Cory Smith gets his man in the air. Now throws a 3 up. That one's short, no good. His first miss of the night, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure we'll see less of that and more of the making of shots. Kelly heads to Ellington. And EMCC has looked in the man look now. Here's Kelly. He drives, pump fakes. Ellington, elbow jumper is rattles in and out, no good. Rebound, Nick Walker. Up ahead to Pittman. Pittman slows it back down. Meridian in the man-to-man. Kevin Henry feeds Ja'Cory Smith down low. Gets everybody go up in the air. Shot's good through some contact. And really wanted a and one there, but Ja'Cory Smith makes another. And that's 13 in the first half so far. I give it to Ellington. Ellington surveying the floor, give to Roberts. Fun fact for you, number 11, Hakeem Roberts, was actually a East Mississippi transfer. There's Terrell. Up top to Harper. Harper surveying. Hands back to Roberts. Roberts calls for the screen. Nice move on Kevin Henry. Now in the corner, Kelly, wide open 3. No good. Rebound comes right down to Harper's hands, and he pulls it back out for his 20 for Meridian. Hakeem Roberts. Hands over to Kelly. Kelly outside to Roberts. Roberts thought about one. Whistle blows. And they'll call Elijah Newsom for a push. And Blake Butler will check in for Tremont Pittman. 4:36 left to play here in the first half. EMCC leads 25-18. Played a solid 15 minutes so far. Ellington catches, faces, turns, shots good. And that's how Meridian wants to run their offense tonight. They want to get it down low to the big man Ellington and let him work. And when they're able to do that, it's worked, but the zone look for EMCC on defense has done a nice job containing him not being able to get the ball. Backdoor cut. No, this one's stolen by Harper. Harper, one-on-one Ja'Cory Smith. He lays it in and good. And a timeout on the floor. Coach Billy wants a timeout. We'll take a break as well. 25-22, 4:06 left to play in the first half. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to EMCC Athletics. Welcome back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. We're fresh out of the timeout with 4 minutes on the dot left to play here in the first half. EMCC looking to have the lead. There's Corey Smith, and his pass is tipped away and stolen. Here comes Meridian with a chance to tie it or come within one. Roberts up top to Kelly. Kelly feeds Ellington down low. He fakes right, goes left, and got it to go home. And now a 1-point game once again. Butler, Corey Smith, back to Butler. Butler, surveying. To Henry. Henry in the corner, Nick Walker. Outside to Kevin Henry. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Henry picks up his dribble, give to Elijah Newsom. Newsom cross court, Jacory, nice pass. Blake Butler, wide open three, rattles in and out, no good. It's a great look right there from Blake Butler. He's yet to come through on a jumper, which is highly unusual. Great defense right there. MCC showing a lot of pressure. Here's Kelly. Kelly and Elijah Newsom went for the steal, but Makeem Roberts down low to Ellington. Ellington goes up and misses it. Rebound, poked around. Great job by Kevin Henry obtaining it. Meridian misses an opportunity to get the lead. Unless here comes East Mississippi the other way. Kevin Henry through some contact. Nick Walker's there to clean it up. Great job by Nick Walker, able to clean some things up that Kevin Henry missed. Meridian surveying. They get it in to Harper. Harper to Makeem Roberts. Wanting for 7 more seconds. Nick Walker trips up. And now Meridian able to get it across. Terrell for 3. That one's long, no good. Rebound and a foul called on Blake Butler.
It's not a push when they both go up for a rebound, bro.
And Blake Butler will check out and take a breather. And we'll see Tremont Pittman come back in. Ellington has a seat. Be nice for EMCC to capitalize. Hughes catches. Great defense take away from Jacory Smith. Pittman handles it coming up the floor. Pittman hesitates, pulls it back out. Terrell from my home county of Horn Lake, Mississippi. Right there in DeSoto County. Jacory goes up through some contact and he got it to go. 15 points for Jacory Smith in the first half. There's Makeem Roberts. Lions back in the man-to-man. To Kelly it goes. Here's Terrell. Terrell to Roberts. Roberts thought about one, now pulls it back out. Comes off the screen of Hughes. Great defense from Kevin Henry. Elijah Newsom. Here's Terrell. He pump fakes. Baseline jumper is going to be no good. Rebound is going to be last touched by Kelly, and it's East Mississippi ball. Newsom will check out, and we'll see Brandon Darvine re-enter. So a great opportunity with a $1:30 left to play here in the first half for EMCC to add to the lead. They lead by 5. Cross court to Kevin Henry. Henry finds Darvine. Darvine pump fakes, goes up, floater. It's good, right on target. It's great to have Brandon Darvine back, ladies and gentlemen, and feeling loose. Just north of a minute to play. Here's Makeem Roberts, East Mississippi in the man-to-man defense. Hands over to Terrell. Terrell comes off the screen. Kevin Henry's there. Give over to Harper. Harper to Kelly. Kelly surveying the floor with 9 to shoot. Kelly pulls it out. Makeem Roberts for a long 3. That one's no good. Rebound. His last touch. Yes, absolutely. He stepped on the baseline. Was Harper. And he turns it over. We'll see number 33 check in, Anderson. And also number 24, Brown. 2 bodies we haven't seen tonight for Meridian. And Hughes and Kelly check out. 45 seconds left to play here in the first half. It's been a clean one for the Lions. They lead 31-24. Inside to Darvine. Outside, Nick Walker lines up a 3. Bang! He got it! Ring it up! Put 3 on the board! EMCC on top by 10. About 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Terrell. Terrell comes through the screen. Outside, Brown. That one's way off the mark. Rebound. Darvine has it stolen away by Anderson. Anderson Hayes gets it to go, and that'll send us to the locker room. At the half, 34-26. It's a clean half for East Mississippi and an outstanding one from Ja'Cory Smith. But at the break, 34-26. We'll be back after the locker room with second half action. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to EMCC Athletics. Welcome back to the action, ladies and gentlemen, as we are about to begin the second half. As the EMCC played an outstanding one. They lead 34-26. Played a great first half. And we are about to be underway here in the second. Whistle blows and we are in. Keep in mind, Meridian comes in this one 8-1. So we get some shot clock things figured out. But here we go. Back underway. Ja'Cory Smith with 15 points in the first half. He missed one total shot from the field, and he was 3 for 4 from downtown. Here's Kelly. Oh, excuse me, that was Harper. Here's Kirkwood. Kirkwood working on Ja'Cory Smith. Lines come out this way. Kirkwood's going to fire from deep. That one's short, no good. Rebound, fought for, ends up in Blake Butler's hands. Ellington was fighting for it with Nick Walker. Here's Washington. EMCC. And might have had a chance there with. There's Kevin Henry, top of the key, back to Washington. Washington inside. Corey Smith, pump fakes, goes up. Nice shot, and he continues his hotness in the second half. EMCC trying to get into this press look. There's Kirkwood. Kirkwood gets it across half court. It's a nice trap there on the sideline. But they get it to McKeem Roberts. Roberts finds Kirkwood. Kirkwood drives baseline, goes up through some contact. No whistle blows, but the shot is good. The line lead is still 8. Here's Patterson guarding heavily on Washington. Washington swings Kevin Henry. Here's Ja'Cory Smith. Backing his man down. He faces again. Shot's good. Ja'Cory Smith has been getting fouled all night, too. I mean, they haven't called anything. But I don't mind them just playing through it. Here's Kirkwood. It's the starting 5 other than trying to figure out. I think no Hughes is on the floor for Meridian. It's Harper instead. Top of the key, Harper for 3. That one's way too short, no good. Rebound, Nick Walker. He had 4 rebounds in the first half. That becomes his 5th on tonight's game. Ja'Cory Smith wants the ball. Here's Henry. Back to Washington. Blake Butler lines up at 3. That one's too short, no good. Rebound comes down to Harper. Here's Meridian coming fast. Patterson now slows down. Akeem Roberts left wing. Harper thought about trying another one, but doesn't. Back to Patterson. Kevin Henry. Nice defense on Kirkwood. And a whistle blows. And they'll give the foul to Kevin Henry. The whistles that have been blown tonight haven't been hard contact at all, though. It's the less whistles that I'm wondering about. McKeem Roberts fires for 3, no good, short. Rebound comes down to Kirkwood. He's got a wide open layup, and it's good. He dribbled one time, spun, and right on the right side of the basket with an easy lay-in. And it's back to an 8-point game. Here's Henry. Over to Danny Washington. Washington in the corner to Butler. Butler going to drive baseline. Kick out. Ja'Cory Smith lines up a corner 3. That one's no good. Rebound, Nick Walker over 2 defenders. He goes up and is fouled. Can't get it to go. 6th rebound on the night for Nick Walker. It almost comes to a and 1 basket, but couldn't quite get it to roll in. He'll hit the line to shoot 2. The first free throws tonight for EMCC. First one's good. Your first trip to the line comes with 16:42 left to play in the second half. And he rattles in the second one. And EMCC has a 10-point lead. into Patterson. Patterson gives it up to McKeem Roberts. Way up ahead. Here's Harper. Harper's going to jam it home. Left Harper wide open by accident. Now East will try to come the other way and answer. There's Washington. Back to Washington. Washington, he lines up a three. That one's short, but it rattles in. Got a members bounce. Danny Washington with a big three. Patterson breaks the press. Hands over to McKeem Roberts, and he stops at the top of the key and slows it down. Big shot there from Danny Washington. He just seems, he's not just the facilitator of the squad. He can shoot it a little bit. Harper for two. That one's too long, no good. Rebound, Kevin Henry. Here's Washington headed the other way. Washington gives over Henry, Ja'Cory Smith, back to Henry. Henry to Washington. Washington one more to Nick Walker in the corner. That one's too short. Rebound, Ja'Cory Smith goes up and is fouled. He'll head to the line to shoot two. Ja'Cory Smith's first one is good. Just keep in mind, Ja'Cory Smith still coming off the sickness he was dealing with Monday night. So definitely still, he's playing outstanding. I mean, it's like multiple games of the flu like Jordan had. Because, he played outstanding Monday night. Came in with some big shots. Second free throw is good. Thereby, we'll get Ja'Cory Smith a breather. Another fact for you, the highest scoring game that Ja'Cory Smith has recorded is 29 points in 2019, and guess who he played? Meridian Community College. He had 29 that night on the November night of the 4th. Here's Harper. He lines up a 18-foot jumper, and it's good. 45-34, EMCC leads by 11. Walker has it tipped by Kirkwood. Washington regains it. Nice job by him. Washington, backdoor lob. Lay-in's good from Blake Butler. That was a beautiful pass right there to from Danny Washington to Blake Butler. Just nicely done, even when EMCC has been struggling. Or hasn't looked pretty, at least. They're getting the job done. Irvine and Ellington going at it in the post. Outside Patterson, 10 to shoot. Back to Harper. Harper hands to McKeem Roberts. Roberts, pull-up jumper. That one's short, no good. Lands right in Kirkwood's hands. It dribbles, goes up. Basket's waved off. They'll say foul on the floor. Coach, EMCC leads this series since 2007. They're 22-3. Meridian's only beat them 3 times since 2007. And Coach Billy is 10-1 against MCC. They get it into Ellington, outside to Harper. And great defense there from Nick Walker. Denying the post. Couldn't get it to Ellington. 13 seconds to shoot on the shot clock. And here's Patterson. He'll inbound underneath his own basket. Trying to get it in. They abort it out to McKeem Roberts. Roberts comes off Harper's screen. Roberts going to drive, fade away from the basket. Great defense there from Nick Walker. He grabs the board. Up to Kevin Henry. Lions coming fast. Washington pump fakes. Drives. Kick out. Here's Darvine. Darvine traveled. East Mississippi doing a great job tonight, not taking bad shots. Nick Walker checks out. Tank Jones checks in. And Patterson checks out, and we'll see Terrell come in for Meridian. But doing an outstanding job taking the quality shot tonight is EMCC. Here's Harper, picks up his dribble, goes up. Great defense from Tank Jones, and he steals it away. Hands to Washington and slows it back down. Washington comes fast down the center of the lane. Scoop and score! Talk about jelliness around the basket. Danny Washington from coast to coast. That simple hesitation move right there at the top of the key. And a foul called on Tank Jones. And a tech given right back to Meridian. And that brings the crowd of a few in School, Mississippi to life. So it should be Washington shooting a pair of free throws. I think Meridian ball, if I'm not mistaken. So Washington to the line to try to extend the EMCC lead. Free throws up and right on target. It's good. Draymond Pittman will be checked in. Might be coming in for Danny Washington. We'll wait to see, though. They do like to run Draymond Pittman and Washington together. Second one rattles in as well, and Washington capitalizes on the technical foul. It will be Meridian ball. 3 fouls against EMCC and 2 against Meridian. It's been fairly even as far as whistles go. Kevin Henry will actually check out, so you'll keep Washington on the floor and have Draymond Pittman. Pittman will probably more than likely be running it. You'll have the shooting guard of Washington, small forward of Blake Butler, and power forward and center down there, Brandon Darvine and Tank Jones. Into Ellington. Ellington catches, goes up, and has it knocked away. They'll call Blake Butler for a foul. See if they give him shots. Yes, they do. So 2 shots on the way for Ellington. First one's up and on target. Elijah Newsom will check in for Blake Butler. That'll be Blake Butler's 3rd foul, so he'll have a seat. Second one on target for Ellington as well. The MCC still has a commanding lead, and it's turned over Washington. Try to get it to Darvine. Darvine was moving up the court, and Washington threw it right behind him. Some miscommunication. Be Meridian ball. And great defense from Draymond Pittman. They'll say it's last touch by Pittman. He's trying to get it into Makeem Roberts. Girls have the night off tonight. Here's Roberts in the corner. And they'll call another foul on Tank Jones. It's Billy trying to give old Tank Jones a lesson. Telling him he can't do that to Ellington. They get it into Ellington, and Ellington backs Elijah Newsom down. Elijah Newsom wanted to stand there and take some contact. Washington coming fast, loses the handle momentarily. Washington, nice moves out of some pressure. Elijah Newsom thought about it, outside to Washington. Washington slowing it down. Meridian in the zone. Get it to Darvine. High post. Outside Washington. Washington lets it go from deep. That one's no good too long. Rebound, Brandon Darvine. Darvine thought about a 3. Now Washington. Washington to Pittman. Pittman drives hard baseline. Kick out. Elijah Newsom. He's going to ling it up. Yeah, he got it. Ring it up. Put 3 on the board for Elijah Newsom. He's put in great minutes tonight on the defense side of things, and he finally gets in the stat sheet with a couple points. And the 3 trying to answer from Terrell's no good. Rebound comes down to Roberts. Roberts pulls it back out. Seems to be shaking up a tad. Outside to Harper, back to Roberts. Surveying. Here's Terrell trying to feed Ellington down low. Ellington faces, goes up, shots no good, and a foul on St. Jones. Ellington, first shot, no good. St. Jones will check out now. I believe that's his third. Second one from Ellington's on its way. That one's good. So 54-38, EMCC still with a commanding lead. Radian trying to show some pressure. Pittman up ahead to Corey Smith, who's checked back in. And Corey Smith almost has it taken away, and now it's stolen as he try to get it up to Pittman. Kirkwood can't obtain the handle, now does. Gives it back over to McKean Roberts, Roberts to Terrell. Trying to feed. And an offensive foul. That's how you take it, Ja'Cory. Corey Smith takes a hard hit. And Ellington probably will stop that now. So he's just been catching it, trying to bully the guys down low in the post. And finally, an offensive foul is called. In Ja'Cory Smith. Dribbles once. Back over to Elijah Newsom. Newsom cross court Ja'Cory Smith. Nice job. Nicely done by EMCC, getting it in out from the backcourt. Into Darvine. Darvine surveying. He's at the high post. Dribbles once. Backdoor cut from Pittman. Pittman goes up and under. Can't get it to go. And rebound, Ellington. Ellington hands over to Terrell. They feed Ellington outside, back to Terrell. He pump fakes, now settles into an elbow extended jumper, and it's good. Nice shot there from Terrell. Here's Darvine. Darvine picks up his dribble, now Ja'Cory Smith. Smith surveying, back up top to Darvine, and gives to Washington. Cross court to Pittman. Pittman finds Elijah Newsom. Back to Darvine. Darvine dribbles, goes up through some contact, doesn't get it to go. Now Meridian coming the other way. Got to blow a whistle right there. I mean, Darvine took a hard hit. There's Kirkwood in the corner. There's McKean Roberts. Roberts comes off to the screen. Washington with great defense. Harper settles into a three. That one's too short, no good. Rebound, Tremont Pittman. Pittman coming fast. Gets it out of the backcourt. Pittman's going to put his head down, go all the way. The basket's blocked by Ellington. Ellington, slow getting down the court and coast to coast. He can't do it. Terrell somehow gets a rebound, and now it's poked around. Terrell's missed shot, and Kirkwood will get called for the reach on Darvine. Danny Washington, Elijah Newsom check out. Nick Walker and Blake Butler come back in. Also Kevin Henry in. Darvine has a seat as well. Ellington will check out too. And now a smaller squad against the starting five of EMCC. Butler surveying. He's up his dribble. Now Nick Walker in the corner. Walker going to drive baseline. Goes up. Uses his body, but can't get it to go. It's just a tad short. It's a great move to the basket, but couldn't get it to go. Kim Roberts in the corner to Brown. Brown back to Roberts. Now Roberts slows it down and hands over to Brown. Brown to Terrell. 14 on the shot clock. Here's Harper. Thought about one. Now working on Ja'Cory Smith. Cross court to Anderson. Anderson fakes right, goes left, pulls it out. Brown, this time he's going to line it up for three. That one's too short, no good. Rebound comes down to Nick Walker. And they give it to Kevin Henry, now to Blake Butler. Butler goes fast, outside, Pittman, Kevin Henry. Top of the key, Pittman fakes the pass, now pulls it back out. Butler, pump fakes, goes right, now back left. Butler hesitates, picks up his dribble, and give to Nick Walker. 10 seconds to shoot. Blake Butler, wide open threes, butt naked, and shot is good. Great shot there from Blake Butler. He finally has a spark on the offensive things. And nobody was around for Blake Butler. Here's Harper. Nice pass down low to Brown. Brown pulls it back out to Terrell. And now a long three. Try to answer was McKeem Roberts. No good. Comes down to Kevin Henry on the rebound. Just north of 8 minutes to play. Here's Pittman. Blake Butler trying to answer with another one. He got it to go. Bring it up. Put 3 more for Blake Butler. And EMCC leads by 19. Terrell trying to work around this zone, goes Meridian. Well, they can't get nothing inside. Terrell pulls back out with Harper. Harper picks up his dribble, goes through some contact, way off. Rebound, Ja'Cory Smith. Looks at Pittman, says slow it down. Pittman looking to go fast and turns it over. Ellington will check in. Brown will have a seat. Fine, still in the zone look, the 3-2 look. Done an excellent job of keeping Meridian, who can't not shooting it that well. Really just been trying to feed the post. And that shot's good. And a timeout by Meridian. We'll take a break as well. 60-43. Just right at 7 minutes left to play here tonight in Scuba. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to MCC Athletics. Welcome back to the action, ladies and gentlemen. And we are fresh out of the timeout. Here's Pittman. Got to get it across half court, and they do. Here's Kevin Henry. Henry, corner three. Ja'Cory Smith lines it up. That one's just long, no good. Rebound comes down to Ja'Cory Smith. That there was tipped out by Blake Butler. Butler thought about it. Had Kevin Henry wide open down low, but pulls it back out, seemed a little late. Butler might ISO here. He hesitates into the lane. Nice pass underneath to Nick Walker, and it's stuffed at the rim, and it's going to be last touched by Ellington and be Lions ball. They have 3 seconds. In, Ja'Cory Smith goes up, now puts it back up. It was rejected and landed right in his hands, goes right back up in time to avoid the shot clock violation. And Ja'Cory Smith staying hot. I think that's 21. They feed Ellington down low. Ellington faces, goes up. It's too strong, no good. Rebound, Ja'Cory Smith. There's Butler. Butler fakes right, goes left, down the center lane. Wonderful move to the basket, and the shot is good. EMCC leads by 21 points. The offense is really just feeding off the defense, though. I mean, it's just been terrific for East Mississippi tonight. Moore feeds Ellington. Ellington back outside. Moore for three. That one's too short, no good. Rebound tipped and comes down to Tremont Pittman. Pittman trying to take the whole team on himself. Now has it stolen away by Damon Brown. Roberts back to Brown. Brown feeds Terrell. Terrell drives into the lane. Kick out Roberts. Back to Terrell in the corner. Terrell's going to line up a three. That one's no good. Rebound lands in Ellington's hands. He loses the handle as he goes up. Rebound, Nick Walker. Great job by Nick Walker staying with it. And East Mississippi will slow it back down. Here's Pittman. Comes off the screen, gives Ja'Cory Smith. Ja'Cory Smith for three. It's good! Ring it up, put three on the board for Ja'Cory Smith. And he's had a lights out night tonight. They feed the post. Here's Ellington. It's stolen away by Ja'Cory Smith. Here's Blake Butler. Butler back to Ja'Cory Smith. That's a long three. That one's airballed. All smiles for Ja'Cory Smith as he was just feeling himself. And stepped in to one from the NJCAA logo, and that one didn't quite work out as well. Nonetheless, it'll be Meridian ball. Have yet to figure out an answer for this zone defense. Ellington has a seat. Jacob Reese heads to the scores table. There's a three from Moore. It's no good. Tremont Pittman coming the other way. He's looking to go coast for coast. Left-hand lay-in's no good. Rebound comes down to Meridian. It's Moore. Moore outside. Terrell for three, and it's good. 3.5 minutes left to play here tonight in Scuba. East Mississippi still a 21-point lead. And this is the game that East Mississippi really needed against a good Meridian squad who came in this one 8-1 and just dominated all ends of the floor. Butler goes up left hand. I mean, just a beautiful touch. He's just beautiful in the 101. I promise you, you can't ISO Blake Butler because you lose. Terrell thought about one. Now gives over to Brown. Brown for deep three. He got it to go. There's 2:40 left to play. It's a 20-point game still. Jacob Reese, who is wearing number 22 tonight. Pittman comes hard off the screen. Loses footing for a moment. Now he gives Ja'Cory Smith. Ja'Cory, he's going to ISO his man. He picks up, loses the handle. It's going to be last touch by Meridian. 3 seconds on the shot clock. We'll see three guys come in. Ja'Cory Smith's night is over. Blake Butler's night is over, and so is Nick Walker's. And a round of applause around the building for them three guys. And Jacob Reese, the freshman, is checked in. He's had some good minutes this year, especially against Shelton State. Get it out to Elijah Newsman, who loses the handle. He throws it up, a prayer, as we had a shot clock violation. Forgot it was 3 seconds to check it in. And I could be wrong. I think Ja'Cory Smith's going to finish close to a double-double with 24 points tonight. I'm not sure on the rebounds part, but I think he's got 10. And Kevin Henry is going to be called for an offensive foul. The buck 52 left to play. East Mississippi doesn't need to get sloppy now. Some of your veterans not on the floor. You still have Kevin Henry out there and Tremont Pittman and also Brendan Darravine, who's also, really looked up on this squad. Here's Moore. Moore thought he traveled. Now a jumper. He's fouled on the shot by Darravine, so it'll send Moore to the line to shoot a couple of free throws. First one's no good. Second one no good as well. Rebound, Jacob Reese. I think Jacob Reese has got a bright future here at EMCC and the rest of his basketball career. He comes in and does an outstanding job. Kevin Henry swings to Newsom. Newsom down low to Darvine. Darvine dribbles, fade away. Baseline jumper is no good. Rebound comes down to Hughes. Here's Terrell into the lane outside to Roberts. And a minute to play. There's Terrell, long three. That one's no good, too long. Rebound comes down to Brandon Darvine. Darvine, cup ahead. Tremont Pittman. Pittman spins into the lane. Can't get it to go. It's tipped around. And Pittman's bad shaking up on the play. I know it's a 20-point game. Finally, the officials stop it. Pittman's going to have to come out as he took a big hand to the face. Coach Billy's trying to argue his case. Pittman seems that he can't even open his right eye. Billy says, hey man, can't even. Game ain't over with. Keem Roberts, pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Moore, stays with Meridian. Down low to Hughes. Hughes is fouled, shot's good. .30 seconds left. Foul was on Jacob Reese. So to the line is Hughes. Try to finish out the three-point play. 30.2 seconds left on the shot, or on the game clock, excuse me. Free throw's no good, and EMCC will dribble it out. And as people gather their things, that'll be the end of this one. And our last call in 2021, EMCC gets the win. I do believe they go on the road to face Shelton State on December 13th, but that'll be the last one for the break. And that'll be it for East Mississippi tonight. They get a commanding victory over Meridian Community College, 69-51. Coach Billy extends his winning streak to 11-1 against the Meridian Eagles. And your final score, 69-51. Everybody have a blessed Christmas and a great Christmas break and a happy New Year. And that's it for EMCC Athletics. You've been listening to Wesley Sides. Good night, everybody.